Ladies and gentlemen, for your attention again to the running of this our feature event for the year. To introduce the speakers for the presentation in connection with tonight's event, I'd like you to welcome to the microphone the President of the New South Wales Trotting Club, Mr. Stan Hedges.
Thank you, Greg. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I introduce the gentleman who's going to make this presentation tonight, I'd like to pay some tribute to the organisation that has sponsored first of all, the Craven Filter Miracle Mile since 1967, and then 2 years ago when the promotional name was changed to the John Player Series, the organisation of Amatul and the Wills Group have been one of the major sponsors of harness racing in New South Wales. And they are represented tonight by one of their directors, Mr. Alan Chown, and it's my pleasure to extend a welcome to Alan and to his other directors and executives, and to thank them for the continued interest that they show that enable we people in New South Wales to be able to attract horses here and to bring them and show you people good horses and good harness racing. Ladies and gentlemen, to make the presentation, the Director of the Department of Sport, Leisure and Tourism, Mr. Ken Brown, is with us tonight. It's my pleasure to introduce him and to ask him to make this presentation on behalf of the committee and members of the New South Wales Trotting Club. Thanks, Ken.
Mr. Stan Hedges, President of the New South Wales Trotting Club, Mr. Alan Chown of John Player Specials, Mr. Michael Cummings, our Chairman of the New South Wales Harness Racing Authority, might I say, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It's always a pleasure to be in attendance here at a meeting at Harold Park, but in particular on this occasion to have had the opportunity to witness the 1986 JPS Miracle Mile, and also to have had the opportunity and to have been invited to participate in the presentation of the trophies to our connections of the winner this evening. Prior to making the actual presentation, however, might I just take the opportunity to extend to you, Mr. Hedges, your committee, and indeed all your members, for your very, very successful efforts in promoting harness racing here at Harold Park. Those efforts have certainly not gone unnoticed, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, it was announced only recently, but our Minister for Sport and Recreation, Michael Cleary, has made available, on behalf of the New South Wales Government, somewhere in the order of $5 million, whereby we're going to see a complete redevelopment of the grandstand facilities here at Harold Park. I might also take the opportunity to support your remarks, Mr. Hedges, and thank JPS. This is the 20th year that that company has indeed supported this race. But it doesn't end there. They have continued to provide support all throughout New South Wales, at our near-metropolitan clubs, at our provincial circuits, and in our country areas. As to the race, well, indeed, what can one say? The Miracle Mile, it's a race that's been recognised throughout the world. It's a race that has probably grips the imagination like no other, from the industry, from the public alike. And to see the West Australian horse come out here tonight and do it proud, it's indeed a great deal of success to the owners and to the trainer. To the beaten brigade, we must extend our congratulations to each and every one of them, because indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it's truly a significant effort to have been invited to participate in a Miracle Mile. However, there's usually but one winner, and tonight it's been the West Australian Village Kid. And we extend our heartiest congratulations to the connections, Mr. Gordon Cox, Mr. Bill Horn, and of course to the driver of the horse, Mr. Kid-C.Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the New South Wales Trotting Club, on behalf of JPS, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to ask them to accept this magnificent trophy in recognition of their horse's win in the 86 Miracle Mile.
Thank you.
mate.
Bill.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mike, step over right off, Mike. You going to respond?
Mr. Ken Brown, members of the New South Wales Trotting Association, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the John players for donating this trophy here this evening. I have often thought of being here and being in this position to win this trophy. And Bill Horn and I are very pleased to be here this evening and to win the John Players Miracle Mile. We would like to make special thanks to Mr. Greg Scott, who gave us his assistance on arriving in New South Wales, and Mr. Ray Wisby, who has helped Mr. Horn in every way. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I congratulate Bill Horn, who has trained the horse. I must congratulate our driver, Kid-C.Lewis, who has done a magnificent job for us in every start we've had. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the part owners, of course, is the trainer of the horse, and the very excited gentleman behind me. To you, Bill, our congratulations. I'm sure the horse is going to put its best foot forward on many, many more occasions in the future. But indeed, a marvellous effort here for the JPS Miracle Mile, and let's hope we'll see you back here in many years to come. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the trainer of the horse, Mr. Bill Horn.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's terrific to win a race like this. It's fantastic to see all you trot fans here. At home, we get a big crowd. Tonight, I think we've seen a bigger crowd than we get at Western Australia. And it's wonderful to see you, because I'm sure good horses respond to large crowds. Thank you very much.
As with any successful combination, ladies and gentlemen, we need a horse, we need a trainer, we have to have our owners, of course, but then, of course, a very important part of that team is the driver. And to Chris, a very, very great drive tonight, a top drive. I'm sure you've thrilled the crowd. You've contributed the horse, you've provided the horse with doing its best. Our heartiest congratulations, Chris, on the 1986 Miracle Mile, the JPS Miracle Mile here at Harold Park. Congratulations.
Mr. President, members of the committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to say how proud I am to be able to have driven in this race. I think it's every driver's ambition, apart from the Inter-Dominion, to contest in the Miracle Mile. I've been fortunate enough to drive a very good horse tonight and win it. I'd like to thank Gordon Cox and his wife and Bill Horn and his wife for allowing me to drive the horse. I feel, privileged to drive such a good horse. I'd like to thank Bill for the way he's turned out this horse. He's turned him out a treat, and couldn't have been better on the night. Thanks very much.